And now the best new movies in the genre fantastic and fantasy. Enjoy watching. The Creator. Set against a catastrophic war between humans and advanced AI robots, The Creator follows a former soldier who comes across a game-changing discovery, a robot with the appearance and emotions of a young boy. After robots rebelled against mankind and took over most of civilization, the soldier lives in one of humanity's last surviving outposts. While on a scouting mission, he finds the childlike robot alone and frightened in the ruins. Unsure whether to destroy it or not, the soldier is conflicted by its emotional responses and uncanny humanity. As the soldier forms a bond with the unusual robot, it becomes clear this prototype could hold the key to bridging the widening divide between man and machine. Pursued by forces on both sides of the war, the pair go on the run to protect the robot's secrets. With humankind's future at stake, they must unravel the mystery of the robot's origin and purpose, known only as the Creator. In a thrilling race against time, one soldier fights to protect an innocent discovery that could tip the balance of power. Both sides will stop at nothing to find the Creator first in this thought-provoking sci-fi film. Dungeons & Dragons: Honor Among Thieves. Dungeons & Dragons: Honor Among Thieves follows a crafty young thief named Ejin who assembles a team of unlikely heroes for an epic heist. When they are tasked with stealing a lost relic from the sinister forces of the Red Wizards, Ejin and his band of misfits are thrown into a dangerous but thrilling adventure. Ejin reluctantly teams up with a barbarian, a druid, a sorceress, a paladin, and a socially awkward bard for the quest. Though mismatched, they must learn to work together as they traverse exotic magical lands, overcoming dangerous creatures and traps along the way, all while evading capture from the Red Wizards who will stop at nothing to secure the powerful relic for their malicious plans. With charismatic performances and spectacular visual effects, Honor Among Thieves brings the fantastical world of Dungeons & Dragons to life like never before. As their quest pushes them to their limits, the unlikely heroes find courage and humor amidst the non-stop action. Full of sweeping set pieces and high stakes, Honor Among Thieves captures the thrilling adventure of Dungeons & Dragons. Watch the dice roll as this ragtag group of underdogs undertake an epic heist that will either make them legends or ruin them for good. Rebel Moon: A Child of Fire. Rebel Moon takes place in a colonized solar system where a peaceful mining colony finds itself under threat from the armies of Belisarius, a ruthless regent who rules the planets with an iron fist. When his forces arrive intent on conquering their small town, the locals receive unexpected aid from a mysterious warrior woman living among them. Though guarded about her past, the woman's formidable combat skills make her the colony's best chance of resisting Belisarius. As the regent's armies close in, she rallies the miners to make a defiant last stand, drawing on her knowledge of strategy to train them for battle. The regent dispatches his most lethal lieutenant to quash the rebellion, setting up an epic showdown. Outmatched but spirited, the miners and their new ally engage in thrilling action sequences using improvised weaponry. As secrets from her past surface, it becomes clear the woman has a score to settle with Belisarius that is personal. Set on a dazzling intergalactic scale but grounded by relatable characters, Rebel Moon delivers epic sci-fi spectacle with an emotional core. Stunning visuals and gripping suspense lead up to an explosive finale that will leave viewers ready for the next chapter. Transformers: Rise of the Beasts. Transformers: Rise of the Beasts brings the battle between Autobots and Decepticons to 1990s Brooklyn, with a new faction entering the fight, the Maximals. Still recovering from the events of the previous films, the Autobots forge an alliance with the Maximals, a group of Transformers who can convert into robotic animals. Led by Optimus Primal, they join forces to protect Earth from a new villain, the Predacons, beast-like Decepticons seeking to harness the energy of an ancient artifact. Caught in the middle is a pair of young gearheads who get swept up into the clash alongside returning veteran Autobots like Optimus Prime, Bumblebee, and Mirage. With the stakes higher than ever, the unlikely team must utilize their unique abilities to stop the Predacons before their sinister agenda destroys the planet. Brimming with spectacular CGI effects and thrilling action, Rise of the Beasts brings classic Transformers lore to life alongside the high-octane energy of 90s-era Brooklyn. As the colossal battle threatens the city, the bond between man and machine is tested like never before. No One Will Save You. No One Will Save You is a sci-fi thriller about a reclusive woman named Violet who finds herself in a terrifying battle for survival when an otherworldly creature invades her home. Violet suffers from severe anxiety and never leaves her house. Her isolated routine is disrupted when an aggressive alien creature suddenly appears and begins violently hunting her. To make matters worse, no one believes Violet when she calls for help. With no one to turn to, Violet is forced to overcome her paralyzing fears and rely on her wits to evade the sinister extraterrestrial. Using every object she she can weaponize in creative ways, Violet fights back against the aliens' relentless attacks. But the strange being seems to feed off her anxiety, growing stronger as her panic rises. Trapped inside her own home-turned-battleground, Violet digs deep to find the courage she never knew she had. The alien continues its sadistic mind games, exploiting her worst fears in its determination to prevail. Violet realizes if she can control her anxiety, she may be able to gain an upper hand against the terrifying creature. Amplifying tension through claustrophobic close quarters, No One Will Save You delivers a chilling sci-fi tale about one anxious woman's fight against an unearthly evil. In this die-hard struggle, Violet discovers her only savior is herself. The Hunger Games: The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes is a prequel that takes place decades before the events of the Hunger Games, chronicling the journey of a young Coriolanus Snow. Set against the backdrop of the 10th Hunger Games, 18-year-old Coriolanus is chosen as a mentor to Lucy Greybeard, the female tribute from impoverished District 12. Though initially resentful of his assignment, Snow becomes entranced by Lucy's talent for song and connection with the people. As she captures the hearts of the capital audience, Snow sees a chance to turn around her odds and seeks to control her image to his benefit. But the more time he spends advising Lucy, the closer they grow, complicating Snow's plans. When Lucy becomes embroiled in a dangerous uprising back home, Snow is torn between loyalty to Lucy and preserving his own ambitions. As the games progress, he realizes his fate and future may be tied to Lucy's survival. Expanding the dystopian world of Panem, The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes delves into the origins of the ruthless President Snow and the system of the Hunger Games that shaped him. It highlights corruption of power and the strategy of public manipulation that laid the groundwork for Katniss Everdeen's revolution decades later. Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny sees the legendary archaeologist embark on a globetrotting adventure to recover a mystical antiquity said to give its possessor control over time itself. When a former Nazi scientist resurfaces to unlock the dial's reality-bending powers, Indy must swing into action before his nemesis rewrites history to realize dark ambitions. Teaming up with old friends and new allies, Indy travels from the neon-soaked casinos of Atlantic City to the ancient pyramids of Mesoamerica in a thrilling race against time. Along the way he contends with his share of booby-trapped tombs, double-crossing spies, and bloodthirsty mercenaries. But with the fate of the timeline at stake, Indy must summon all his courage and ingenuity to thwart the Nazi plot before the dial falls into the wrong hands. Packed with adrenaline-fueled set pieces, exotic locales, and nods to the franchise's iconic lore, Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny delivers the signature wit and cliffhanger-packed action that has enthralled audiences for over 40 years. This time the very fabric of reality hangs in the balance as Indiana Jones gears up for a death-defying mission that transcends space and time. Renfield. Renfield puts a comedic spin on the classic Dracula tale by focusing on the vampire's loyal servant, R.M. Renfield. Imprisoned in an asylum for years as he does Count Dracula's bidding, Renfield grows tired of his master's constant need for blood and chaos. When Renfield meets traffic cop Rebecca Quincy, he sees a chance at life beyond the asylum and makes a plan to escape. But leaving Dracula's side proves more difficult and dangerous than expected as the possessive Count unleashes havoc on the city, determined to drag Renfield back into his world of darkness. With some help from Van Helsing, Renfield must evade Dracula's wrath and vampiric powers to gain his freedom and win Rebecca's heart. His devotion is tested like never before as he attempts to break free from his codependent ties with the vampire who turned him. Led by Nicholas Holt's kooky performance, Renfield delivers a fresh take on the vampire genre. The film balances dark gothic elements with sharp humor, poking fun at the overly devoted servant-master dynamic portrayed in classic monster stories. 57 Seconds. 57 Seconds is a sci-fi thriller centered around Franklin Woody, a struggling tech blogger who finally gets his big break when he lands an exclusive interview with enigmatic tech billionaire Jackson Holt. But things take a shocking turn when a mysterious assailant tries to assassinate Holt during the interview. In the ensuing chaos, Franklin finds a special ring that Holt invented which can send the wearer back in time 57 seconds. Using the remarkable device, Franklin is able to repeatedly go back to warn Holt about the attack and stop the assassin. As Franklin races to discover who is trying to kill Holt and why, he learns the harsh realities of tampering with timelines to change fate. Each loop back intensifies the unintended consequences as the fabric of reality threatens to collapse around him. 57 Seconds delivers exhilarating sci-fi action as Franklin exploits the ring's powers to their breaking point. Haunted by disturbing time paradoxes, he embarks on a mind-bending mission to expose the truth before time itself descends into chaos. Blue Beetle. Blue Beetle follows Jamie Reyes, an average Mexican-American teen living in El Paso, Texas who finds his destiny forever changed when a mysterious alien artifact called the Blue Beetle Scarab fuses to his spine. The Scarab grants Jamie an incredible blue suit of armor that equips him with a vast array of powers and weapons. But Jamie soon learns the Scarab has a mind of its own as it thrusts him into the middle of an intergalactic conflict between alien warriors known as the Reach and the Green Lantern Corps. Unsure of how to control the suit and skeptical of the Scarab's intentions, Jamie must quickly master these new abilities. When his hometown becomes threatened by the Reach, Jamie steps up to defend his community and loved ones as the superhero Blue Beetle. With high-flying action sequences and vibrant visual flair, Blue Beetle brings the beloved Latino hero to the big screen for the first time. Jamie's journey illuminates the challenges of being a young superhero wanting a normal life while also learning to trust in himself and honor his roots. Thanks for watching. Give us a like and comment.